waist seat, in or out. Note, the center back waist and seat seams of a pant is constructed with a generous outlet so it can be adjusted to take in or let out as needed. Men's trousers have a curtain waistband finish, and the ladies' trousers have a shaped contour waistband. Carefully remove the belt loop that's sewn at the center back seam. Now it's time to remove the stitching that attaches the waistband curtain to the pant waistline. This seam is called Stitch the Ditch. The stitching is sewn in the crack between pant waist and band seams. Remove all the broken threads. Open up the waistband no further than the back darts or the back belt loops, having just enough room to set your sewing machine foot on the new desired seat seam. If you are letting out the waist, check to see how much seam allowance there is for your alteration needs, including seam allowance, and check for even seams. Mark your new waist and seat stitch line by using a metal roller, preferred, and using tailor's chalk or a dissolvable marking pen. Seat seams must taper into the existing seam. Do not stop your line too short. You want to prevent having a bubble in the seat seam. Before you begin sewing, it is crucial to make sure your waistband seams match together. You can pin the seams in place to make sure that the seams are not offset. Also, make sure the seat seam is lying flat as you begin to sew. Gradually sew your new seam on the marked line tapering into the existing original seam. It's best to double stitch seat seams to ensure a secure, strong seam. Remove the original stitch line and pick out the threads. You can follow the same take-in waist procedures, but reverse to let out the waist. Make sure to align waist seams and the curtain before sewing the waist and seat together. It is best to secure the seat seam with double stitching before pressing the seams open. Press the waistband and seat seam open. Making sure the waistband seam and the top of the waistband curtain is aligned evenly. Fold the waistband curtain back in place and press the top of the waistband flat. Secure the waistband back in place by using the stitch in the ditch method, as mentioned earlier. Start and stop where the existing seams begin and ends in the waist seam. Place the belt loop back in place over the center back seam of the waistband. Back tacking 3 or 4 times back and forth. Note, use a back tack machine if available. Fold the belt loop right side facing up, fold other end to match waistband edge, and edge stitch the top end. Back and forth 3 to 4 times to the waistband. Make sure to leave enough slack in the belt loop to allow a belt to slide through smoothly. Press seat thoroughly after completion.